Welcome to the pathology class. So today we are continuing with the chapter of malnutrition and deficiency diseases. So last class in part 1 we have discussed about protein energy malnutrition, its definition and contrasting features of Kwashiorkor and marasmus. So in part 2, that is today's lecture, we are going to discuss about conditions resulting from vitamin deficiency, where we are talking about fat soluble vitamins. So moving for the today's chapter, that is malnutrition and deficiency diseases part 2, where we are talking about all the lesions or the diseases produced by fat soluble vitamins. So vitamins are organic substances which cannot be synthesized within the body and are essential for maintenance of normal structure and functions of cells. Vitamins are conventionally divided into two groups, that is fat soluble vitamin, where we are having four fat soluble vitamins, that is A, D, E and K. So today's lecture we are dealing with all these four deficiency diseases, and second one is the water soluble vitamin. This is conventionally consists of vitamin C and B complex. So moving for the today's lecture, so here we are talking about different vitamins, that is fat soluble vitamins. So first one is deficiency of vitamin A. So we are going to discuss about the lesions produced in the body because of deficiency of vitamin A. So first one, that is ocular lesions. We see night blindness in case of vitamin A deficiency is usually the first sign of vitamin A deficiency as a result of replacement metaplasia of mucus secreting cells by squamous cells. There is a dry and scaly sclera and conjunctiva. This is called as a xerophthalmia. So the lacrimal duct also shows hyperkeratosis. Corneal ulcers may occur which may get infected and cause keratomalacia. Next, we have something called as a Bitot spot may appear, which are focal triangular area of opacities due to accumulation of keratinized epithelium. In this occur on cornea, they impede transmission of light. So ultimately, infection, scarring, and opacity leads to blindness. Next, we have cutaneous lesions. The skin develops papular lesions giving toad-like appearance, that is we call as a xeroderma. This is due to the follicular hyperkeratosis and keratin plugging in the sebaceous gland. Some other lesions also produced by vitamin A deficiency. Those are squamous metaplasia of respiratory epithelium of bronchus and trachea by predisposed to respiratory infections. Squamous metaplasia of pancreatic duct epithelium may lead to obstruction of cystic dilatation. Squamous metaplasia of urothelium of the pelvis of kidney may predispose to pyelonephritis and perhaps to the renal calculi. Long-standing metaplasia may cause progression to anaplasia under certain circumstances. Bony growth in vitamin A deficiency animals is retarded. Immune dysfunctions may occur due to damaged barrier epithelium and compromised immune defenses. And pregnant women may have increased risk of maternal infection, mortality, and impaired embryonic development. Next, we have something called as a hypervitaminosis, where there is a increase in vitamin A. So mostly it is because of overdosing of vitamin E, right? So a very large of dose of vitamin A can produce toxic manifestation in children as well as in adults. These are acute or chronic. So acute toxicity the results from single dose large dose of a vitamin E. The effect include neurological manifestations resemble brain tumor, example headache, vomiting and stupor and papilledema. Chronic toxicity, there is a neurological such as severe headache, right, and disorders vision due to increased intracranial pressure. Skeletal pains due to loss of cortical bones by increased osteoclastic activities as well as due to the exotosis. Cutaneous involvement may be in the form of pruritus, fissuring, sore at the corners of the mouth and corners of the face. Next, we have a hepatomegaly with parenchymal damage of the fibrosis. Hyperkeratonemia is yellowishness of the palms and skin due to excessive intake of the B carotene containing foods like carrots or due to the inborn error of metabolism. Next, moving to the next vitamin, that is vitamin D, and the deficiency causes some of the lesions where we are going to discuss. Deficiency of vitamin D may result from reduced endogenous synthesis due to inadequate exposure to the sunlight, dietary deficiency of vitamin D, malabsorption of lipid due to lack of bile salts such as in intrahepatic biliary obstruction, pancreatic insufficiency, and malabsorption syndrome. Next, we have something called as a degeneration of the derangement of the vitamin D metabolism, as occurs in kidney disorders, where we talk about chronic renal failure, nephrotic syndrome, uremia, liver disorders like diffuse liver diseases and genetic disorders, and some of the resistance of end organs to vitamin D response. So, vitamin D deficiency results in three types of lesions. One is rickets in growing children, osteomalacia in adults, and hypokalemic tetany due to neuromuscular dysfunction. Moving to the first part, that is rickets. The primary defect in rickets are interference with the mineralization of bone and deranged endochondrial and intramembranous bone growth. So morphological features, the rickets occur in growing children from age group of 6 months to 2 years. The skeleton changes we find in rickets, those are craniotapes in the earliest bony lesions occurring due to small round unossified area in the membranous bone of the skull disappearing with 12 months of birth. The skull looks like a square and box-like. Harrison sulcus appears due to indrawing of the soft ribs on inspiration. Rachitic rosary is a deformity of the chest due to cartilaginous overgrowth at costochondral junction. And we have something called the pigeon chest deformity is due to the anterior protrusion of the sternum due to action of the respiratory muscles. We have bow legs occurring in ambulatory children due to the weakness of the lower legs. Knock knee may occur due to the enlarged end of the femur, tibia, and fibula. Lower epiphysis of the radius may be enlarged. Lumbar lordosis is due to involvement of spine and pelvis. Biochemical changes occurs in vitamin D deficiency, that is a lower level of the active metabolites of vitamin D. Plasma calcium level is normal or slightly low. Plasma phosphate levels are lowered. Plasma alkaline phosphate is usually raised due to the osteoblastic activities. Vitamin D dependent rickets is an autosomal dominant disorder of vitamin D. The disease responds rapidly to the administration of 125 deoxy vitamin D. Moving for the next part, that is osteomalacia. Osteomalacia is the adult counterpart of the rickets, in which there is a failure of mineralization of the osteoid matrix. It may occur following dietary deficiency, poor indigenous synthesis of vitamin D, or as a result of conditional deficiency. Morphological features goes as due to the deficiency of vitamin D, osteoid matrix laid down failure to the get mineralized. In H and E stain microscopic section, this is identified by widened and thickened osteoid streams and decreased mineralization at the borders between osteoid and bones. Bone causal stain for calcium may be employed to mark out the wide seams of unstained osteoid while the calcified bones is stained back. In addition, there may be increased osteoclastic activity and fibrosis of a marrow. Clinical features, we have muscular weakness, vague pain, that is a bony pain are there, fractures following travel trauma, incomplete or green stick fractures, and loose, looser zone or pseudo fractures at a weak places in the bone. Going for the biochemical changes occurs in vitamin D deficiency in case of osteomalacia, that is normal or low serum calcium level, plasma phosphate level is lowered, and raised serum alkaline phosphate due to increased osteoblastic activities. Hypervitaminosis D, that is increase in vitamin D. A very large excess of vitamin D may cause increased intestinal absorption of calcium and phosphate, leading to hypercalcemia, hyperphosphatemia, and increased bone reabsorption. The changes results from the hypervitaminosis D is there is an increased urinary excretion of calcium and phosphate, predisposition to renal calculi, osteoporosis, and widespread metastasis, calcification, more marked in renal tubules, arteries, myocardium, lungs, and stomach. Moving for the next, that is vitamin E deficiency, the lesions produced by vitamin E deficiency. So the deficiency of vitamin E is mainly by conditioning disorders affecting its absorption and transfer such as abetaloproteinemia, intra and extrahepatic biliary cholestasis, cystic fibrosis of the pancreas, and malabsorption syndrome. So the low birth weight neonates due to physiological immaturity of the liver and bowel may also develop vitamin E deficiency. So the lesions produced by vitamin E deficiency are the neurons with long axons develop degeneration in the posterior column of the spinal cord. Peripheral nerves may also develop myelin degeneration in the axon. Skeletal muscles may develop degeneration. Retinal pigmentary degeneration may occur. Red blood cells deficient in vitamin E, such as in premature infants, have reduced lifespan. In experimental animals, we have vitamin E deficiency can produce sterility in the both male and female animals. Moving for the last, that is a vitamin K deficiency. So as we know that vitamin K is very important for the coagulation factors. So the vitamin K is necessary for manufacturing of prothrombin. Its deficiency leads to hypoprothrombinemia. So estimation of plasma prothrombin thus affords a simple in vitro test for determining whether there is a deficiency of vitamin K. Subjects with levels below 70% of normal should receive therapy with vitamin K. So, because of most of the green vegetables containing vitamin K and that is can be synthesized endogenously, vitamin K deficiency is frequently a conditional deficiency. So, the disorders which we found in vitamin K deficiency, especially we see in case of newborns, we give vitamin K injection after the birth. So the newborn infants are deficient in vitamin K because of the minimal store of vitamin K at birth, lack of established intestinal flora for endogenous synthesis, and limited dietary intake in breast milk is poor source of vitamin K. Hence, the clinical practice is routine administration of vitamin K at the birth. Biliary obstructions, where there is a bile is prevented from entering the bowel due to the biliary obstruction, which prevents the absorption of the fat soluble vitamin. Surgery in patients of obstruction jaundice therefore leads to marked tendency to bleeding. Due to malabsorption syndrome, the patient suffering from malabsorption of fat develop vitamin K deficiency. For example, in case of celiac diseases, sprue, and pancreatic diseases, hypermotility of bowel, we find very prominently vitamin K deficiency. Due to anticoagulant therapy, patients on warfarin group of anticoagulant have impaired biosynthesis of vitamin K dependent coagulation factors. Due to antibiotic therapy, the use of broad spectrum antibiotics and sulfur drugs reduces the normal intestinal flora. In case of diffuse liver diseases, patients with Uh, diffuse liver diseases have hyperprothemia due to impaired synthesis of prothrombin. Administration of vitamin K to such patients is of no avail since liver, where thrombin synthesis utilizing vitamin K takes place, is diseased. Like in diseases of cirrhosis, amyloidosis of liver, hepatocellular carcinoma, hepatoblastoma. This is all about part 2 of malnutrition and deficiency disorders, where we have talked about fat soluble vitamins and its deficient disorders, the lesions produced by deficiency of fat soluble vitamins. Thank you.